Twice a week, school social worker Anissa Parks leaves the comforts of her Eatonville Middle School office for the dust and sometimes mud of a farm. It doesn't mean, however, she's not still busy at work.
Did you use any of those skills last week with her? With the breathing or the clenching your fist or anything?
Yeah,
Parks takes 7 boys and 7 girls to a barn and arena about 15 miles north of Eatonville, where the students get to work outside of the traditional school walls in the Hands on Horses Equine Assisted Learning Program. Students in the Hands on Horses program spend 3 hours grooming and working with horses and donkeys. They are responsible for grooming and training the animals under the direction of Sandra Bowe and a group of trained volunteers.
The reason that we work with horses is because, number one, they have all the same parts of the brain that humans have. So they have to access them to build relationships and build connections and to survive just like we do. But when we come out, they do a lesson, and like I said, we follow the natural lifemanship model.
Tom was working with me that day, and he taught me how to act like there's a lead rope on her. And so whenever you try to do this with the rope, and she started to come and we walk.
Good job. There you go. Yep, that's it, babe.
The Hands on Horses program for teens inspires youth to find new ways of thinking about themselves, making positive choices, and seeing what healthy relationships look like.
You know, the horses, the more I do this, the more I realize how much horses can teach.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
How Eatonville Middle School is involved in Hands on Horses has changed since starting 3 years ago. The middle school now targets students with different needs and has built a 2-year cohort that uses the natural lifemanship model.
And I thought you succeeded. You absolutely succeeded. But he read that very well. Yeah, very well. So.
Well, when I first thought, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it the first time. And it was because I really didn't want to do it in the beginning. So they said, okay, try it out for a couple of days, and if you don't like it, you can sign something, and then they won't let you go. The first couple of days, we worked on communication and stuff like that, and I kind of enjoyed it, so I ended up coming.
It's evolved to a different group where I would say that the best way to describe it is students who have a hard time in relationships, whether it's a relationship with themselves or a relationship with other people. And that's what we're working on out here, because we know that those are the skills that they're going to need to be successful in life. And if you ask some of these kids, they probably say, well, I don't have any problems with other kids. I get along great with everybody. But it's really that relationship with themselves.
The natural lifemanship model promotes building healthy relationships with both horses and the students. In healthy relationships, everyone feels safe and nurtured. In a typical day at Hands on Horses, the students spend time doing lessons, working with the horses, and journaling and reflecting on the day's activities.
They're motivated when they get with a horse to do something about it. And I see that with kids like this in Hands on Horses who want to do better. They get motivated. Just being in relationship with them is amazing.
And you work with all these different horses and you learn boundaries, how to cope with your boundaries. You learn about your actions and others' actions.
Yeah. You cooperating, partnership, friendship, being close to animals, and learning how they work.
Students in programs like Hands on Horses show improved attendance at school, are less disruptive, and have fewer office referrals.
And it's so much different than something like talk therapy or groups in school. We step out and we can work through that stuff in the moment. It's not taking them from their environment and saying, so how are you feeling about, this situation? Well, in that moment, they're probably feeling fine about it. It's not causing them any stress or discomfort. But with these horses, they're having to have a relationship with this horse, and they're having to respond to it as it comes to them. And that's when you really get to influence and see change and growth.
The horse accepts you as you are the moment you walk up to them. They don't judge you, they don't have an agenda. It's just like, hey, how are you? You know, who are you? How are we going to be in relationship with each other? And it's the same time every day that you come. So that kind of acceptance, you know, there's they don't care about your diagnosis. They just want to know what you're going to be like with them today. So that's what's so awesome about it. And when they get that kind of acceptance, there's no judgment, I don't think they get that kind of affirmation anywhere else. So that's, I think, probably the most important thing of all.
Yeah. One thing Hands on Horses is teaching is patience for Mrs. Parks and the rest of the staff at Eatonville Middle School.
The superintendent and our administration at the middle school believe wholeheartedly in this. And, you know, I think sometimes when we're working with these students, and it's hard not to want to see immediate success and see immediate change. Like, well, they go every week to this thing they're gone out of school for 3 hours. Why are we not seeing the change? But this is really about, you know, it's about a lifetime of success, not just how can we get them to do good in 7th grade. When she comes into you, remember you gotta have some confidence here, right? So
Sandra Bowe's vision for Hands on Horses stems from her own life's experiences and need for therapy with animals, especially horses.
From the time I was probably in junior high school, I moved around a lot growing up. So the worst time in my life was the age these kids are right now. And the thing that always was my sort of salvation was finding people with horses. So I was always riding or being with other kids with horses, and that was really what saved me. And I thought growing up then, if I could ever work with people with animals, especially horses, that I would do that. In 1998, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I couldn't work for about 6 months. And I had a lot of time to think and realized I need to get back to the horses, and this dream sort of came up again.
Sandra, Mrs. Parks, and the students all seem pleased with Hands on Horses for many of the same reasons and a few different reasons.
So it's exceeded my expectations, I would say. And this year has really been a growth year for the program. And this is the first year that we're doing a cohort of students for 2 years. Because we looked at the ones that we started with 3 years ago and where they're at now. And those students that we saw the biggest impact participated for 2 years in a row. Just seeing them grow, I think about where some of these students were even at the beginning of the year and how far we've come.
I just think that they just chose us because we have like problems at home, and sometimes this might actually help kids, you know.
It's an awesome place to be because you get to basically skip over half of the school day, and you get to know a little bit more about yourself.
I mean, I think it's just for an experience and to be around monstrous-looking animals and strong animals.
Every week I look forward to Wednesday.